Hi everybody on the Standout Journey. This is Christine Clifton and I'm so happy to have you with me. I wanted to send you a video this week, so enjoy this as we recap the third concept from the day, which is presence. So we covered three subtopics under presence. One is behavioral style, which was the behavioral style assessment. The second thing is the three-step communication plan or process. And then lastly, it was 1 + 1 = 3, or the third thing. So I'm actually going to start with that one first. The third thing is a way to look at having a conversation with somebody and being separate from it, but still engaged in it. The third thing, remember those two little circles on that page in the workbook that intersect, and that middle section is where both separate things come together to create the third thing. So when you're engaging with somebody in presence or with them, by looking at it as a third thing, it can help you be much more objective about it. You can hear what they're saying a little bit better, more objectively, and remember that we're listening for not only the content of what they say, but also the energy level of their delivery to try to understand what style they are so we can speak to them in their language. That's really the purpose for that. So the third thing is just on an architecture level, what's the architecture of the conversation? It's that person, it's me, and then it's the thing we create together, the third thing. And then it's what we say within that, which is part of the three-step communication model. So that is acknowledge, state desired outcome, and gain agreement. The last one, gain agreement, is the most overlooked part of conversation. I lovingly say that a lot of networking and sales conversations are like bad dating. We walk away from them and we don't really know who's going to call who. And so moving through that process of a conversation where we acknowledge the person so they feel heard, we then state the desired outcome, what we want from them or what we want to do next. And the last one is gaining agreement from them, getting them, evoking a response from them, getting them to respond to us. So if we were networking and talking with somebody and they were excited about something, we might say something like, "Hey Jane, you're very excited about that. That's very cool to see." It's just an acknowledgement. That's all you have to do. You don't have to agree. You just acknowledge and observe something you've observed. And then the desired outcome. So let's say you were talking about each other's businesses and you realized that you had a connection for Jane. So you would say something like, Jane, I have somebody in my network I think you might want to be connected to. I'd love to give you a call and talk to you about that person or that connection. That's state desired outcome. I would love to give you a call. Gaining agreement is, how does that sound to you? That's an example. How does that sound to you? Oh, that sounds great. Well, now you are on your way to go ahead and book that follow-up phone conversation. Especially networking, it's kind of cool to do follow-up phone conversations outside of the networking event because it frees you both up to get around to other people if you so choose. And the other thing is that when you follow up with somebody after a networking event with a resource, and you're calling them, it helps you learn how to make phone calls, which is important. Admit it, you probably don't like that. And then next, what it helps you do is be a resource to that person. So if they're getting phone calls from you and you're providing a resource to them, then the out chance or on the fifth call where you may be calling them to invite them into your business, they're still going to be answering that call. And prior to that invitation into your business, you've already laid this beautiful groundwork of being a resource for them. So that's one of the reasons why you would want to book that afterwards. So that's just a little side tip. We didn't cover that event day. So just to recap, it's presence. We talked about your behavioral style, understanding yours and understanding those of others so that you can better receive them as they already are, the ACUA principle, if you remember that from event day. And then secondly, we did the conversational model. The conversation model, which is acknowledge, state desired outcome, and gain agreement. And then lastly, the concept around the conversation, that 1 + 1 = 3. It's you, it's them, and then it's the conversation you create. And so that concept around having conversations helps keep it a bit more objective so that you can look at their energy level, listen to the content that they are delivering to you with, and you can better assess the style that they are. And then you can also better decide how you're going to converse and communicate with them when you hold that conversation as a separate thing you're creating together. It's kind of a beautiful process, right? That's presence. So thank you for taking the standout journey with me. We have next week where we're going to talk about participation, which is going to be a lot of fun. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I look forward to connecting with you next week. Have a great week. Bye.